Greetings and salutations, my pumpkins. Today, we are going to be talking about a movie that I think is heavily underrated. That movie being Over the Hedge. So yeah, it's going to be like a deep analysis on why I think this movie is amazing and why all you haters on this movie can go away. So yeah, guys, without further ado, let's start off with the characters. So, yeah, as I was saying, the characters in this movie. All the characters in this movie are likable, except for a few. We'll get to that later. Yeah, RJ's a really good antagonist. Protagonist. Wait, is it protagonist? Yeah, protagonist. Vern's a pretty good character. Also, R.I.P. Gary Shanley, you will be missed. Bruce Willis does a very good job as RJ the raccoon. Yeah, all the other characters are pretty cool. The skunk character, what was the skunk's name? Dang it, what was the skunk's name? Whatever the skunk's name was, played by Wanda Sykes. Steve Carell's Hammy was pretty fire, not gonna lie. William Shatner as the possum was pretty cool, and all the other characters, like the porcupines, and the other possum girl, and of course, the almighty Verminator. The Verminator is the best villain in all of DreamWorks history besides the fairy godmother from Shrek 2. So, yeah, the characters in this movie are great. Gladys is a pretty good villain. Or, I guess not villain, I'd just say, like, protagonist or antagonist. The bear, Vincent, is also pretty good. So that's 3 antagonists. Vincent, Gladys, and Dwayne Lafont, or the Verminator. I love this movie's characters. All the characters are really likable, and, they all get into these, wacky shenanigans. And, I just think the characters in this movie are amazing overall. And you cannot stop me from not liking these characters, because this is my opinion. It's not your opinion, it's mine. So, the characters in Over the Hedge are amazing. Besides, like, I don't know. I thought the porcupine kids were kind of annoying. I forgot their names. But, great characters overall. Next up, test story. Next up, we're tackling the story of the movie. The story of the movie is pretty great. So, the story basically goes like this. RJ the raccoon, played by Bruce Willis of all people, accidentally destroys all of a bear's food while he's hibernating. So what he has to do instead of the bear killing him is he has to get all the food that he destroyed within a week before the full moon goes and he stops hibernating. So he runs into these scavengers in the woods, and he gaslights them into doing all of his work and getting all the food. But then Vern takes all the food back to the houses and destroys it all again. So then the liar is revealed. And I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I didn't really like the lie reveal trope in this movie. The lie reveal trope in movies are usually pretty awful. I'm looking at you, Bugs Life. But the story in this movie is pretty great. The characters definitely make the story a lot better because of how funny they are, and the voice actors who play them just make it all worthwhile. So, and the climax, which is a pretty great climax, honestly, where they're on the giant van, the exterminator's van, or, Dwayne Lafont. And, the ending where they all, get zapped by the camo gun 3000 thingamabobby, or whatever it was called. That was great. This movie is really good, and not one of the best stories in DreamWorks history, but definitely a really good story. Great story overall. And not finally. Next is the what was it again? The year this movie came out. 2006 was a pretty great year for animated movies. We got Cars, Monster House, and Over the Hedge, and Flushed Away. Happy Feet. By the way, Happy Feet did not deserve to win the Oscar for Best nomination for the Best Animated Feature of 2006. It obviously deserved to be Cars, but I digress. Yeah, for some reason, Over the Hedge wasn't nominated for Best Animated Feature Film, which is sad, honestly. Over the Hedge is better than two of those movies that were in the nominations. Sorry, I love you, Cars. Sorry, Over the Hedge. Just Cars is just a little better. Also, Over the Hedge is definitely better than Monster House and Happy Feet. Happy Feet is obvious, but Monster House is a good movie, but it's not as good as Cars or Over the Hedge. So yeah, 2006 was a pretty great year for animated movies, and surprisingly, Over the Hedge was not nominated for Best Animated Feature. Yeah. 2006 was actually a pretty great year for animated DreamWorks movies. We got Over the Hedge, Shrek, or no, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Over the Hedge and Flushed Away. Two pretty great movies right there. I might make a separate video on Flushed Away. But yeah, Over the Hedge came out at a very good time for DreamWorks. It came out right after Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit and Madagascar. Two great movies, which I'm also going to talk about. I'm going to talk about a lot of DreamWorks movies on this channel. Just you wait. Yeah, pretty great time this movie came out. But unfortunately, they had to follow it up with Shrek the Third and the Bee Movie. So yeah, you know how I just said that the two movies that came right before Over the Hedge were amazing? Yeah, the two movies that came out after Over the Hedge were absolutely awful. The Bee Movie and Shrek the Third were both complete disappointments, especially Shrek the Third. Shrek the Third is an awful movie that should never have been made, and the Bee Movie, well, it's the Bee Movie. What else do you want? Yeah, so Over the Hedge was like the midpoint between both of those movies. Okay, well, besides Flushed Away, we don't really talk about Flushed Away. But yeah, I don't know, man. I was really feeling Shrek the Third of the Bee Movie. I mean, they're both fine. I just didn't like them as much as Over the Hedge or Madagascar or Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, which are two great movies. So yeah, finally, we're going to talk about the best character in all of fiction, Dwayne LaFont. He went to Verm Tech. So yeah, for some reason I have an insane obsession with the Verminator of all characters. He is absolutely goated, and every single thing that he comes out of his mouth is extremely funny and hilarious in every single way, shape, and or form. Yeah, he's just one of the best DreamWorks villains of all time. I'd say probably third place if I made like a DreamWorks villain ranking, which I might do. Jeez, I have a lot of videos planned out. Yeah, so anyway, the Verminator. Unironically, one of the best DreamWorks characters of all time. He impacts the story pretty good. He has really funny interactions with the main peeps. The scene where Ozzy gets hit by the car, hit by the car. I'm doing air quotation marks, but I don't think you guys can see it. Yeah. Yeah, he's just an amazing character overall. He's extremely funny, and every single thing that comes out of his mouth is funny, as I just said previously. But, yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this movie. So, yeah, that was my review on the movie Over the Hedge. Definitely one of DreamWorks' better movies, and I'll definitely put it in S tier when I'm going to do my DreamWorks ranking video. So, yeah, guys, comment, like, and subscribe, if you like Over the Hedge as much as I do, and I'll see you guys in the next video.